Hello, my Bill 5000 Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope I do something stupid to make it better. All right, we are back with another puppet history. And I was told by several that I needed to do this before I move on to season 5. And I have been told by many people we have got to finish puppet history. So that's what we do. We finish. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get into today's story. This is titled The Puppet History Holiday Spectacular. Let's go ahead and get into today's story. Go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, cup up with someone special. Let's lose our shits, because if I'm not mistaken, the last time we watched anything puppet history, the professor got by a dinosaur. Yeah. Fucking Christmas in July. I love it.
Are you ready, Professor?
Ready as I'll ever be. Oh,
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Professor, do you know what I want for Christmas?
no, what's that, tiny stalk of wheat?
I want you to promise me nothing will ever change. Promise me every Christmas will be just like this one. Promise me you'll never, ever die.
Oh, I promise. That, of course, a clip from the 1992 classic, The Professor's Holiday Hootenanny Unplugged. If you're just joining us, this is continuing coverage of the state funeral for the professor, set to begin at any moment. Of course, we'll be standing by. Beloved educator, patron of the theatrical arts, and suspected time traveler, the professor's origins and early life remain shrouded in mystery. From obscurity, the professor achieved mainstream fame with his history panel/quiz show, Puppet History. But ultimately, the series that catapulted him to stardom would also catapult him to his grave. When in the season 4 finale, the professor met his demise at the unsuspecting hand of his closest friend, Ryan Beef Boy Bergara. The world looking on in stunned silence as the lovable blue fuzzball was possessed by the demon Asmodeus, who then wished the professor back to the Cretaceous period.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely senseless. Of course, the professor was no stranger to jumping around in time and getting himself into pickles. But as no one has heard from him for months, he has been declared legally and canonically dead. For more, we turn to he who will one day visit us all, Death. Death, thank you so much for being here today. Always happy to be here, Book. Now, as I'm sure you've heard, there have been a lot of rumors swirling around the fate of the professor. Many point to the fact that it would be insane to kill a cinematic universe's most popular character, especially when a new line of very nice merch for said character just dropped. So, just to make sure we're not wasting everyone's time here, can you confirm for our audience that the professor has shuffled his little blue ass off this mortal coil?
Well, look, the Cretaceous period was a long time ago. You've got to understand, okay? That was right before the biggest year of my life, when almost all living things on the planet were wiped out by an asteroid. Oh, it was a real party. But anyway, I've been stewing on it, and yes, I do vaguely recall processing the death of a little blue nerd with a satchel. Absolutely. Cause of me gobbled up by a crusty old Tyrannosaurus. Nom nom, etc.
Well, unfortunate, but not unexpected. There you have it, folks. The professor, confirmed dead by Death. Thank you for joining us, Death. Now,
I was his first guest, you know.
I'm sorry?
I said I was his first guest on the first episode of Puppet History. It was about the Black Death. I sang a song about my job. Stephen Lim was there.
Oh, the food boy. Yeah, right. Well, as I said, thank you for being here, Death. We do appreciate it. I'm being told now that the professor's funeral is set to begin any moment. Do stick with us for live updates. We'll be standing by in case the ceremony begins. In the meantime, a quick word from our sponsors.
Prepare your laughing muscles and your wallets for Funny Money, the hilarious finance show.
Even with policy interventions, I think the Treasury's forecasts are exceedingly optimistic.
Well, if the Feds keep interest rates at the current levels, I don't foresee any reason why the financial sector wouldn't keep growing at its current clip. Get it? Clip. I'm a clipped coin.
The only thing clipped is your fucking brain if you think the Fed's gonna keep rates at 0.
Funny Money. The words rhyme, so that's the name of it. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I'm Horse and I love cooking. Join me as we cover such delicious recipes as molasses chicken, molasses.
So they're all alive? Them? Didn't they get exploded? What the fuck is going on? At the party, didn't they all get... Wasn't he already in hell?
Creamed corn, molasses mac and cheese, garlic bread with molasses. Well, if it's your first time cooking or you've been entombed in a hellish cocoon of sticky molasses, you're gonna love it.
Hey folks, commercial breaks. Ugh, you know. Well, normally we do this with the professor, but seeing as it's Christmas and he's dead, it's just the boys today.
Yeah, that's right. But man, oh man, do we ever have a sponsor for today's video.
Oh yeah, they're the best. They sponsored this episode fully knowing that it was a funeral, which is very sweet of them. So let's give it up for Wondrium.
It's safe to say the professor won't be teaching you anytime soon, but lucky for you, Wondrium searches far and wide to bring you trusted, respected, and inspiring experts and nonfiction storytellers who have led over 6,000 hours of video courses, documentaries, and series.
Yeah, they've got a carefully curated collection of short and long-form videos, tutorials, how-tos, travelogues, documentaries, and more. Let's say you're craving some history, as one does. Maybe you want to learn more about the history of Japan because you liked the Musashi episode of Puppet History so much.
Oh, because it featured 2 studs at the end of it?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what do you know? Wondrium has a lecture series titled Understanding Japan, a cultural history that covers everything from ancient myths to religion to Musashi's philosophy.
Man, that rules. Anyway, Wondrium genuinely loves Puppet History so much that they reached out about extending our viewers a free trial.
That's right. Go to wondrium.com/watcher. That's WONDRIUM.com/watcher to get learning. Your brain will thank you.
When a villager is found chewed to death, it's up to crime scene investigators Spool and Beast of Jevadon to find the culprit.
It looks like this villager was torn apart by some sort of giant animal.
Oh, yeah. Man, that sucks. I wonder who did it.
This is gonna be like finding a needle.
In a haystack?
Great idea, Beast of Jevadon. To the wheat fields!
Spool sample. Unraveling crimes and tying up loose ends. Every Monday.
Okay, well, sorry to cut in, folks, but it sounds like the professor's memorial service is now getting underway. The world-renowned Pickle Boys, they, of course, being the children brought back to life by St. Nicholas and who went on to win the controversial Season 14 of America's Puppets Do Have Talent, So Stop Saying Otherwise, are finishing up their break dancing, after which the main remembrance is set to begin. We take you now live to the Wondrium Arena.
This is the best thing ever.
We love you, Professor. Wherever you are, maybe look into being brought back to life as a pickle. It's not so bad.
Those are my children. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, the propeller.
Hello, and thank you all for being here. As you may know, I'm the propeller from the Britannic who chopped up all those lifeboats in Season 1. Oh, thank you. Thanks. When I was asked to host, my first thought was, yeah, of course I'll do that. I was the professor's closest friend. And the organizers said, no, you weren't. But we know that you keep things moving forward even if it means chopping up a bunch of people. I said that was pretty harsh, but also fair. Well, death is hard. Everybody knows that. But if there's one thing everyone doesn't know, it's history. And that's why we needed the professor to teach us about history. And history is all about death. When you tell someone your history, you're basically telling them, hey, you're dead meat, Jacko. It's no coincidence that so many of we anthropomorphized relics from history are death adjacent. I'm looking at you, Bye-Bye Brothers, Scabs and Pus, and yes, even you, Mount Vesuvius. You know, the professor knew death well. He understood that no person or puppet can go on forever. He was not afraid when he was possessed by a demon and hurled back in time against his will. He accepted his lot when a portal opened up and dropped him into a time he likely knew nothing of, filled with beasts who ruled this planet for millions of years on cruelty alone. Well, he probably never wavered as a T-Rex's serrated teeth, some nearly taller than he was, tore at his fuzzy flesh, his partially jelly-bean spiders spilling from his puppet GI tract. I imagine the professor's final moments as one of steely, calm curiosity, gracefully withstanding the searing pain that would otherwise drive any one of us stark raving mad. There's no doubt he was prepared for the next and last step of his epic journey. Let that comfort us in this confusing and canonical time of mourning. Now, that being said, the professor wasn't beloved for heroically fighting the dinosaurs. He was beloved for being a teacher. And so let us take a look back at the professor's greatest moments in his 4 seasons of television-adjacent edutainment.
All right.
Blackmail.
I went with C2.
A couple of C's. Some sea pals, huh? Whoa, we got a couple of sea dogs out there.
It's generous to call it a joke.
You know, like sea dogs, that's a seal. Ryan, why don't you take it away for us?
We got a couple of sea dogs.
Yeah!
I recognize the brilliance of this bit now.
Bark with me!
Got a couple of sea dogs.
Thank you.
It makes me so much happier every time I say it.
It's his favorite bit.
The world has lost a true master.
This is the best fucking thing ever. My face, it hurts so bad.
Of improvisation. I only wish every answer had been C. Now, here's a video compilation of some of the professor's students expressing their condolences.
I'm devastated to hear the news about the professor and him being canonically dead.
Feels like just yesterday we were hanging out together, but I just wanted to say thanks for being such a great friend, and I'm sorry that all of us had to watch you die.
Sending you all my love. I hope that wherever puppets like you or things like you go when they die, I hope that it is eventful.
Yes.
And I hope that you are not in a place where there is still a hand up your ass.
I just want to say thank you for everything, for the trivia, the jelly beans, our backpacking trip along Eastern Europe.
Happy birthday, Professor! I hope you have the best day ever and get all the cake, your little tiny little heart desires, and yeah, just have the best day. Hit me up, let's do lunch.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are blaming me for this, and I get it. I was the face. I was the person who saw him last, and I saw him go into that, you know, cosmic butthole thing, and then he got eaten by a dinosaur. Whatever.
Professor, you have taught us so much.
I'm gonna miss you, dude. I'm gonna miss you.
What?
I'm talking.
What?
Huh?
What?
Yeah, I'm just doing a video for.
I gotta go.
Professor, you're gone, and the majority of people find that to be less than desirable.
Sorry.
Professor, hi, or bye. I mean, we never got to say goodbye.
Oh, Professor, I'm so sorry you died.
If the algorithm would have just rightly given me a trophy when I won it, you all saw it, I won fair and square several times.
I just wanted to say he's the only teacher I've liked.
It's the algorithm, not Ryan Bergara, the algorithm.
I never got to say what's been in here for so long, which is, what the hell were you?
Heaven just got a little bit bluer. We'll miss you, Professor.
I miss him too. I did not mean to kill him. A genie showed up. What am I supposed to do? Not talk to a genie?
I miss you so much, Professor. Rest in peace.
What a wildly inappropriate effort from Ryan Bergara to save his own skin. Moving on, our next guest is the Professor.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Professor. I wanted you all to know how proud I am of you, and that I'll always be with you. Remember when I would make doing that show, Puppet History, and we'd listen songs together? I love you. Don't forget to say your prayers.
Crikey, was that a ghost? Kind of. It was a hologram. It didn't have a soul or nothing. A soul? Do puppets even have souls in the first place? Why, of course. I mean, I think so. Do we?
Perhaps I can answer that.
I think that's God.
It is.
God's hot.
Hi, folks. It's me, God. You know, there's been a lot of rumors and confusion swirling around the lore of this corner of the universe, so maybe I can set some things straight for you all. As anthropomorphized puppets, you've all got the approximation of souls. Certainly more than a doll, but less than a human person. In a sense, you have no free will being puppets, but if you had no soul, you wouldn't be here in this purgatory in the form of the Wondrium Arena.
Purgatory? So we're all dead? I thought this was the Professor's funeral.
Yeah! Don't you remember? That genie killed all of you at the fake party he threw. Or at least he removed your sorta souls from the pile of junk you were animating. Yeah, that's why he was chasing the Professor through time. The Professor was inadvertently creating you abominations, and the genie had to fix that. I mean, but you can't just erase a soul. It's gotta go somewhere. So, voila! The Wondrium Arena! It's basically just a holding tank until the devil and I figure out what to do with all you knuckleheads. In the meantime, we're letting you guys make your little TV shows to entertain yourselves. So, you know, it's not all bad. Spool Sample's my favorite. I know it's just a dumb procedural, but man, after work, it's all I'm craving, you know?
Hey, wait a second. If this is sort of purgatory, why was I first cast into the fiery pits of hell?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you ask that family of mice you stomped on?
I don't want to have died.
I don't want to have lived. I bet we were happy before we were puppets.
A stool of gold.
We didn't ask to be brought to puppet life. What if the Professor was the bad guy? Well, what if we've had it backwards the whole time?
This feels like Caesar's shit so long. Enough! Listen, you idiots. Without the Professor, none of us would have gotten to experience pseudo-life. Without him, how would we have been able to share our views on history?
Our stories would be sealed inside mummified geese and piles of bones and snowmen made from piles of bones. It wasn't the zips and zaps of a reckless genie, but the Professor's relentless thirst for knowledge that willed us into being. I think we all owe the Professor a debt of gratitude.
One, unfortunately, it looks like we'll never be able to repay.
Well, except the only way we know how.
In song!
Our teacher and our fuzzy friend, our feral guide throughout the hellish halls of history. What do we do now that he's met his end?
The curtain's down, his number's up, and now it's looking like there won't be no more jelly beans.
Rattling around, you covered it, told us everything we need. Perfect score on WikiFeed. Crossed a genie, the lore got deep. Now the Professor's history.
Oh,
to dawn and wait. Tales of honor, love and hate. The turning tide, the flick of fate. That freaky weirdo sure knew how to educate. Life's more fleeting than you think. Good clocks past in just a wink. But now you always know the same now as the one before you go. Cherish every dawn you greet. Keep on trucking if you reach. Mummify your favorite piece, 'cause before long your history. Oh, they killed my little blue boy. Now you're a prehistoric two-tone. The dino who down a buddy. I know that by God I'll drop the scrubby ass into a live volcano. We can tear him into halves and watch his guts fall out his ass. Then we can all flip through the ego for a corpse that's roughly 1'2". But even that won't bring him back. His ass is grass, that is that. His flame is snuffed, his bed is chat. But we're dead too, holy crap.
It's a bummer. TBQH is kinda looking like a rat.
And even though we sing, you know it sure does sting. Rest in peace to our sweet murder jelly bean king. Tough to count on season 5 when nobody's left alive. But hey, maybe we'll get to meet those folks who danced until they died. This will be our final bow. We're not quite sure what happens now. Shit's looking bleak, but maybe Beef Boy's gonna save the day somehow.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, weirder things have happened. But at least you'll have ghost files.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what they get up to.
Taught us everything we need. Perfect score on WikiFeed. Cross the genie, the lore got deep. Now the professor's history.
We'll miss you, Professor, wherever you are.
Oh.
Taught us everything we need. Perfect score on WikiFeed. Cross the genie, the lore got
Sir, are you alive in there? Was that him in the dinosaur stomach, or was that him being born again? Oh, that was the best. I fucking loved it. Yes. Thank you all so much for the suggestion. I'm very glad we did it. Oh God. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't wait until season 5. All right. If y'all enjoyed today's story as much as I did, please go down there, leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you're a fan of the weird ass shit that I react to on here, think about subscribing. We have fun. I have fun. I don't know. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Oh my God, the lore. The lore!